From Detroit, Michigan, and Cleveland, Ohio, it's the You Name It podcast.
Hola, Jerry.
How you like that?
Yep.
I told people where we were from.
Yeah, guess who's in Cleveland?
Well, they know who's in Cleveland. It's not me. I don't get to go anywhere anymore.
No one knows it's you.
No, they don't. I don't have an exciting job where I get to travel around to wonderful and beautiful places like Cleveland, Ohio, invented by Mr. Cleveland.
The land of Cleve.
Yes. So it's, what is it now? 202? Episode 202?
Yep.
Or 203? I don't remember.
I think so.
Who knows? But it's another exciting week here at the You Name It podcast. It is snowing in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
It is raining in Cleveland. There's your weather report for this segment of the show.
Yep. And the
But I wanted to say
NBA All-Star
about,
game is here in Cleveland.
Oh, well, that's the sports section. I'm still on the weather.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I wanted to say the weather so that I could give you everybody an update that, yes, putting new gas into the snowblower cleared up all of the running issues.
Awesome.
Yep. It spun like a top. Everything was great.
Awesome. Did you go with my advice to go with like the high octane?
No, because I didn't want to go to the gas station to get it.
Oh, okay.
I already had. When we talked about it, I already bought the new regular 97 octane.
Okay.
Do you know about Octane?
A little bit, I think.
I just read an article about Octane.
Okay.
And what it is. I didn't really understand what it was. It's actually the oxygen level in the gas. It's that's what helps it fire smoother.
Burn richer.
Burns cleaner with more oxygen. So they use some chemical to oxygenate the gas. And then for high performance vehicles, you can use the high octane. And for cars like Davin's. Davin has a Cadillac. And they say for premium cars, you should just always use premium gas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the difference is. Like, do you think the engine in your premium car needs it more than the engine in anybody else's car? I don't know.
I don't know.
You just don't know.
I don't know if it'll run different. It probably would run more sluggish.
Well, the whole idea of oxygenating that was to stop what they used to call knock.
Mm-hmm.
You remember knock?
I do remember
that's when
knock.
It would misfire because there would be a buildup of the gasoline residue inside the piston chamber, whatever you call those things.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a better word for it than that. And then it would ignite on its own when it wasn't time, when it didn't need a spark. It would just happen because of the crappy gas.
Right.
So when they started doing the oxygen, it burned it all cleaner and faster, and it kept it from doing that and ruining your car.
I wonder if I have to run premium in mine because I have a turbo.
I don't know. You probably have to run premium in your car because they told you to, and because it costs more,
right?
And because it's a Cadillac.
Better.
I wish it was a different Cadillac, Davin, to tell you the truth.
Why?
It's a great car. It's very luxurious, but I sort of wish it was like the old, it's old now, but I did a story for Motor Trend magazine had a TV show?
Yeah.
Or Motor Week. Can't remember.
Yep.
But one of them had a TV show, and I went out and we were test driving. Before it came to market, we were test driving the Cadillac XLR. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. That's the one with the Corvette engine in it.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And it had a hard top. It was a convertible, but it's the first time I ever saw this, where it was a hard top that folded back into the trunk area of the car. It was really cool.
Yep. And the new
fast.
Corvette that they have out right now, you can actually put the top down, I think at 30 miles an hour, you could still be going and put the top down while you're driving.
I saw something about that recently. Was that a Cadillac? Or no, you said Corvette?
That's the new Corvette, yeah.
No, where I saw that was different. It was in one of those scam artist documentary things. I think it was the Tinder Swindler or something like that. Maybe. But he was the guy who was scamming women out of millions of dollars was spending it on stuff like cars, and they talked about how you could. Some girl was talking about how she was in the car and how you could put the top down when you were going 40 miles an hour or something. But it was a super high-end car. I forgot what kind, like a Lamborghini or something.
Oh, you must have swindled well.
Oh, millions. It's still a story. So anybody out there that hasn't watched The Tinder Swindler on Netflix probably should, because I didn't think it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be the regular old run-of-the-mill catfishing idiot, you just makes you mad kind of thing. And it turned out to be a really good story because this guy was just raking them for millions. He was good at it.
Oh, God.
And he's out of jail right now. So I don't want to ruin everything for everybody, but watch that. Then you'll be mad because you're like, how the fuck is that guy out of jail with all that going on? So, yeah. What did we do? We did Tinder Swindler. We did gas. We did the Cadillac. Oh, you wanted to tell us about the basketball routine down there, right?
Oh, I was just going to say what a pain in the ass. Yeah, the All-Star games down here. I don't know why they picked Cleveland. But
do they switch it every year? Like to different venues just to be fair?
Yeah, it's at a different venue every year. But here it's in Cleveland, so the rental car lot was pretty much drained by the time I got here.
Ooh. I wonder if the car shortage is affecting the rental car industry too.
It certainly is.
If it means that now people are getting even older cars.
Yep, I've gotten
rental
older cars. I've gotten personal vehicles that, they must have bought off a auction site, that still had like the sticker gunk on the bumper from the lady who had the infatuation with huskies or short hairs or whatever. She had a short hair sticker on the back, and I ran a marathon sticker.
Yeah. So, I just did the Iditarod with my husky dog.
Exactly.
I'm whatever special. Bullshit it is.
Climb a mountain.
I remember I got mad when I went to, it might have been Cleveland, tell you the truth, when I worked there and I went to pick up the rental car, and it was like a shitty old car.
Uh-huh.
It was more than 5 years old, I think. And I'm like, why am I renting an old car? So I pulled out of the rental. Actually, I think I got all the way to the hotel, and then the low tire light came on.
Ugh.
And I got right back. I just turned right around and went right back to the rental car place and said, take this piece of shit away from me. Give me a real car.
Well, the thing that pisses me off is I like going with National because you can pick your own car.
Yeah, is that the one where they have the keys in the car, basically? You just walk out to the area, and out of all of them, then you check out as you leave? Is that the deal?
Right. If you're executive level, you go in the executive aisle, just pick any car in the executive aisle. It doesn't freaking matter. They don't care.
I think I used them once and didn't understand it. I think they told me at the airport or whatever, they said, go over to section 30, your car's in there. Or I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I realized after I grabbed the car that I could have taken any of them. That's what they told me, because I went, this is a weird car, when I was pulling out, and they go, well, you could have took a different one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought I had to go to that space.
No, I've got Avis here, and they assign you a car. So I am driving a very, very luxurious Kia Forte.
Kia Forte.
Yep.
So more traveling information for everybody out there to consider. When you get a rental car, do you pair your phone to it?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if there's people out there that are worried about it.
No, you can delete it afterwards.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people don't realize that, because they probably just pair to their car and it's done. Mm-hmm. They don't realize you can go in and delete it, maybe. I don't know. I can't assume everybody's as stupid as I am, but that's what I do. I just delete it.
Yeah, when I got
and even if I didn't, it doesn't matter.
Probably 4 or 5 other phones paired to it.
Yeah, you're right. I do see that too when I get a rental car, that there's generally there's one or two of them on there already that you delete.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't want this guy's shit. It's not like it does anything, though.
Yeah, it's just Bluetooth, So
Yeah, you can't go in there and read their text messages or anything. So you're safe. Always pair it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a screen in it in this car that you have?
It has a little screen, yeah.
A little one? So it does it have the kind that you can mirror your phone on, like the Ford Sync system, which is the best. So far, it's the best out of all of them.
Yeah, now this has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay,
So you can turn on your Google Maps or your Waze, and it'll pop up on the little screen?
Yes.
Cool. So it's not the littlest, because remember the other cars that you'd routinely run into, it was just text on a little tiny screen and tell you what song was playing and shit.
Right. Now this one's an actual display. Better. So the thing that I don't like is it has a key.
Oh, yeah. You're not used to that anymore, are you?
No. I mean, you got to actually take the key fob out of your pocket, open the key up, and stick it in the ignition and turn it.
Yeah. My car doesn't have that. My last car, when we had two cars, mine, the Escape, had a key that I had to put in and turn, but the Flex didn't. And now we have an Edge, and that doesn't. And I love that. I'd love just walking up to the car, getting in and going.
Yeah, as you approach, and I have to hit the button on this rental car to unlock the doors.
Yeah, I just touch the handle, like your Cadillac does that too, right?
Yep.
It's beautiful. Technology is beautiful. Technology is nothing new.
You get used to it, though. And then when you don't have it, it's like, oh, I hate this car.
Nobody knows what I just said, probably.
No,
it's doing the old technology is just a tool. We talked about it on the show, I think, but it could be time for a replay so people know what I was doing. It's either Ford or GM. I think it's Ford Technical Center in the Detroit area where they do all their super high-end tech stuff. The building was filled with famous quotes from smart people like Einstein and everything.
Okay.
So you walk down this giant hallway and then you see all these quotes, and they were all like really, high-end, interesting quotes. And then towards the end of the hallway, it said, technology is just a tool, Bill Gates. And I'm like, what? It should just say, I'm a tool, Bill Gates.
Nice.
So we were making fun of that, going like, look, Einstein, look, it's a wonderful quote, energy mass squared is blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, technology's just a tool. Yeah, Bill, it's just a tool.
Yep, that you
like
made millions and billions on.
Yeah, well, he was the smart guy, too. So you look at those guys in the computer world, and you got Bill Gates, and then you got Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve Jobs was the creative guy,
right?
All about design and stuff. He didn't have anything to do with how that shit worked. He was just telling people how it should look and what it should do, and they figure it out. Bill Gates was the guy who'd sit in his dirty underwear all night long coding. So.
Right. Well, I have to think that he wasn't as smart as we all think.
Who, Bill?
Because he didn't get a prenup.
Is he divorced now, too?
Yeah.
I thought that was just the Amazon guy.
No, Bill Gates is... Yeah, they got divorced. But he still
Bill
has
and
the
Melinda?
Bill Gates
Is that
Foundation.
Her name, Melinda? Yeah. She just released a story about how she's not going to give all of her money to the Gates Foundation anymore, because she's saying it's unfair just to, even though the Gates Foundation gives all that money away, she's saying it's unfair to just contribute mainly to the one charity. So now she's going to take her billions and spread them around.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't donate to the truckers in Canada.
Then they'll get their bank accounts removed. That's a political story of the day, thanks to Davin having to bring it up.
Yep.
Now we have to explain it.
GoFundMe.
The Canadian Prime Minister, Trudeau, was seizing assets of the trucker. Is it the protesters? Because the other story today was one of the finance minister was saying, so if you're one of these people that a Trump supporter that donates hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to the trucking thing, then you're going to have to watch out.
Right, because they now have the right to freeze their assets if they live in Canada. Freeze their bank accounts, even if you've donated $20 only, you know?
As always, the media doesn't give you any of the gray area.
Right.
They just give you the explosive headlines and then the quote from the guy. Like somebody had posted the actual news interview with the guy saying that, but chopping off everything except for that one sentence, basically. So you have to try and figure out what the guy was actually saying to get to that, because then they'll turn the story into, all you got to do is like Trump and they'll take your money away from you. But he was actually
like the
equating
commercials. Have you seen any of those?
The silver commercials?
Yeah, buy silver. It's on the upswing. Well, they have that. God, who's that? Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy.
Let's see. Jim. What was his name?
Hakasora or something like it.
No, the guy we worked with the silver. Jim B.
Oh yeah, no, but
what's his last name? We can say it because he was
from the Rich Dad Poor Dad author saying silver's on the rise.
I don't know what that is.
You know, but where did they take that out of context? You know, for the best bet, I think silver should be what I invest in. Well, I saw one the other day, and I read the fine print. It was from an interview in July of 2020. And they're still running
coincidentally,
it 2
he
years
sells
later,
silver.
Like silver's going up.
And does the guy sell silver?
It's for buying silver, and they quote all these other
right,
people.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these stupid things. Yeah, a lot of these stupid things you see, it turns out, oh shit, that's why, because they're the company that sells the silver.
Exactly. Oops.
There was a bunch of guys, because I watched this other documentary series about the 90s called The Dark Side of the 90s. And I think we talked a little bit about that, about the stupid collecting the Beanie Babies and all that shit.
I watched a couple episodes of it since then.
Oh, so the one I'm talking about is the one with the tech where they were talking about all the they were talking about the stock market, not the tech, but the stock market guys. And a bunch of the people who were on TV doing the CNBC stock market shows or Fox Business or whoever it was, they all eventually got fired. Like 3 or 4 of them got fired because it turned out that they were pumping the stocks that they bought, telling everybody they were great.
Right.
So the stocks would go up in value. And they're like, you can't fucking do that. You're supposed to be giving impartial news. You're not supposed to be inflating your own portfolio using the media.
Your own little hedge fund.
Stupid. Jim what? What was his last name?
Kakas.
No, from
look up Rich
our
Dad.
workmate.
Poor Dad.
Huh?
Oh,
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the real guy that was on our show talking about silver. Broderick. Okay. Hi, Jim. I know you're not listening, but hi.
Yeah. Wonder how his
he
gold
used
is
to
doing.
listen, but he doesn't anymore. Jim. All right, let me see. More updates for you, Dad.
And Rich Dad, Poor Dad is Robert Kiyosaki is his name.
Robert Kawasaki.
Kiyosaki. Shut up, Jerry.
Okay. Like your car. Another update for you. We talked about the Jackson nip slip Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson stuff. So I actually went and found it to watch it after we talked about it to see if I was right about the pasty and the Velcro and all that we talked about. Because my premise on the show is like, it was not an accident when you're talking about somebody who's ripping off a piece of Velcro off the front and there's a star, a golden or silver star over the nipple, like she's wearing that around all day long.
Right.
It was obviously planned. Well, it was even worse than that, my friend Davin.
There was no star.
No, there was.
Oh, there was? Okay.
No, it's actually exactly the way I presented it, but the part that I noticed that I've never heard anybody talk about was that the line in the song that he was singing at the time he did it was, "Gonna have you naked by the end of this song."
Oh, okay.
And that's when he did it. So you know it was set up.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Gonna have you naked by the end of this song. Reach up, rip off the Velcro, showing the star pasty. And then, oh my God, it was a wardrobe malfunction. No, it wasn't. You wanted that to happen. It was planned all along. Stop it.
Oh, people suck.
But there's nothing we can do about it now. We sit and bitch about stuff, but there's really nothing we can do about it.
Exactly.
I wish you could punish people for lying to you like that.
What did you think about the halftime show this year? Did you watch it?
Oh, I actually didn't watch it. I partook in some squares with my dad.
Okay.
And this is the thing. It was before I was still working on the network here at the house, the mesh network. And our TiVo system is in certain rooms. So I was in my basement. Mm-hmm. And I can't, unless I had an antenna hooked up to the TV, I couldn't watch it on the TV. And then the TiVo thing wasn't working because I could pull up a TiVo app on my TV and then watch whatever's on TV in my house.
Okay.
That wasn't working. So I just pulled up the website that refreshes every 30 seconds and tells you what's going on. 4th and 10. That kind of thing. So I didn't watch halftime. I just watched a different show.
Then
I don't know.
No commercials? None
No,
of that?
I didn't see any commercials. And Lisa, my wife, she recorded it, so I could go back and watch it, but I forgot all about it. But she told me that the halftime show sucked and that all the commercials sucked too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is that your experience?
I did not get into the halftime show at all, but everyone else that was into that era got into it and thought it was great.
Yeah.
I don't think it was one of the best halftime shows ever.
Yeah, they're saying you have to be of a certain age to think it was the best. And I think that's the millennial age or something, right?
Yeah, because I
don't know why.
Wasn't into any of that music, the hip hop stuff.
It was Eminem. It was who was the big famous rapper besides him?
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J.
Dr.
Blige.
Dre and Snoop Dogg were our generation too. It was just the early 90s.
Yeah.
Late 80s to early 90s. That's our time frame. Millennials were very little at that point. So I don't know. I don't have an opinion. Maybe somebody can write into it. Shit, I forgot. We have some feedback, Davin.
Oh, we do.
I wonder if and I can't get to it that way. Let me see if I can get it on my phone without a problem here. I forgot, and I wanted to make sure that you got the feedback.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. All right, let's see. From listener, Captain Steve Schultz.
Oh, the captain.
He's a captain and a lawyer. The legal captain. He says, "Hey, guys, I've been catching up on recent episodes, and I wanted to share some thoughts."
Oh, boy.
You were talking about, what's that, Davin? What? Are you there?
You were breaking up. Go ahead.
Breaking up?
Yeah, I can't hear you on my phone for some reason. It was breaking up.
Oh, but you hear me right now, right? You got me now?
Yep.
Okay. So he goes, you were talking about food and beverage service on flights and mentioned on how short flights they don't serve anything. I think on those flights they should offer each passenger one shot of liquor as they board, and then they can do a toast and collect the empty plastic shot glasses real quickly. So to solve the problem, you can have a shot as you board the plane, is Steve's idea.
I like that idea.
Yeah, well, you would, because you're a raging alcoholic. Just kidding, everybody.
Or give you the shot in one of those frozen ice cube shot glasses, and then they don't have to collect shit.
Or the brand new thing I saw, where they give you a shot that's actually in like a gel bubble. Have you seen that yet?
No, I have not.
It's sort of like a soft, a big pill
Oh.
made out of soft gel on the outside, but it's filled with liquor, so you can carry it around and pop one in your mouth.
That sounds yummy.
And it might be the greatest idea ever. You just buy a shot. There it is. And you don't need a glass or anything.
Well,
Thanks for that one, Steve. He goes on to say, on Kate McKinnon not being able to walk in high heels, I remember our friend Walt back in high school commenting that Tina Turner was put on earth to teach women how to walk in high heels. I think this
true.
may have been prompted by one of her music videos, Private Dancer, or maybe the one she did with Bryan Adams. She was good in those heels, though. Tina Turner danced her ass off with heels.
Oh, hell yeah. Some women can pull it off. Some women cannot.
And I probably shouldn't just be reading this because I didn't vet it since the last time I read it. But he says, and on dentist visits, I still go to a certain dentist office in Plymouth. That's in Michigan, everyone. Even though they don't take my current insurance. I pay out of pocket twice a year for cleanings because I really like the hygienist and have been going there for years. Anyway, really enjoying the show. Keep up the good work.
Wow.
He must be
he is the
commenting on
one
your some
person
people
that
just like
likes to pay out of pocket.
Some people just like to pay out of pocket. So it's true. You just blew up your whole deal.
Now we know one.
I wonder if he had another one. Yeah. He says this was just from 4 days ago. So this is pertaining to the last episode, 201. Said, I'm all caught up now. By the way, I'd watch Death Chef if you can get it on the air.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I would love to see that.
Right. And then we went into a little discussion back and forth. I told him that that's probably the direction entertainment's going.
Yeah.
Like we'd be watching The Running Man pretty soon. And then I put in there, Death Chef, The Hunger Games.
Their arms get chopped off as they're reaching for ingredients. Yeah. And then they fall down to the basement where now the basement dwellers have to cook the people.
Yeah. Cannibal Death Chef. You can watch the Death Chef with Gordon Ramsay yelling at people. So now you got to get yelled at by him and then killed.
Soylent Green, Jerry. Soylent Green. We're all headed there.
Soylent Green is people. On the Super Bowl topic still, apparently Matt Stafford, former quarterback of the Detroit Lions, now the Super Bowl winning quarterback for L.A., he was apparently drunk on stage. Did you hear this one?
No, I didn't.
So during the celebration thing where they do like the parades and all that kind of shit,
yeah,
he was like tanking down tequila and stuff like that. He wasn't visibly drunk, but that's part of the story because some journalist came up on stage in front of him to take a picture and whatnot, and then she proceeded to fall off the stage and crack her spine.
Oh.
And he watches her fall, and he goes, oh, wow. And he turns around and walks away real quick. And they're like going, why didn't he help or why didn't he care?
Oops.
So now he's getting yelled at on social media because he didn't try and help her.
Oh, God.
But they're also saying she broke her spine and all this, but it turns out it's like it fractured her spine. But the way the media portrays it is like she broke her back, which, I mean, that sucks. You don't want to crack your spine. That's dangerous.
No, but is it Stafford's fault? I don't think so.
No, because he was just standing there.
Yeah.
He didn't push her. So don't try and act like he's pushing somebody off the stage.
So what does the fact that Stafford was drinking have anything to do with it? Nothing.
Well, they're probably trying to bring that up to say that was why he didn't respond is because he was drunk. He drank himself into not Careville or something. I don't know.
Well, he's a quarterback. He's not a receiver, so fuck it.
Yeah, what's he supposed to do? Catcher? He's not a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
The hell. So there was that. That was some Super Bowl news. Wow, we're going through this show.
Yep.
And I got more for you.
Okay, go for it.
So one of your favorite topics, gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too. I like the gambling. Even though I haven't spent any money gambling, I just play it for free. You guys all know that. But there was a story that came out. Did you hear about the Las Vegas Gaming Commission that tracked down a guy to pay him his winnings that he didn't know that he won.
No, I did not hear this story. Continue.
No, he was playing a slot machine, and it actually hit for $230,000. But the game malfunctioned, so he didn't know that it hit somehow. So they looked at all the footage, and they did a whole big investigation to find the guy. You know, tracking all the surveillance footage and all the people that played the game, and they found out that Robert Taylor in Arizona won that. So they got a hold of him and said, "Hey, we got $230,000 for you." So
no relation to you.
That was pretty nice of him. What's that?
And Robert Taylor is no relation to you, or is he now?
He will be after I convince him of that.
Yep.
Hey, Uncle Bobby, I need some money.
I need some money for my podcast.
But you wouldn't think they would do that. I wouldn't necessarily think it, because I've already read so many reports about like the online gaming people who win a lot of money and then they try and pretend it was a malfunction of the game and they can't have it.
Yep.
You know, and I think it was MGM Grand too.
Well, I showed you the one
saying,
they did to me. They wanted me to reset the whole thing and delete your app and reinstall it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you had a couple of weird things happen where you're like, why was that?
What?
I remember
that. All of a sudden it froze up when I've got all gremlins across the screen or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Griffins.
It's like you have all wild spaces except for one or two, and it froze up and you get nothing.
Yeah.
And which would have been, depending on what you were betting, it would have been a ton of cash. Yeah.
So.
Oops, sorry. Game froze. Probably your phone, Davin.
Must be.
Must be your fault. So that was the gambling section of the show, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We roll through like we have sections.
I did like the weather section of the show, though, Jerry. It's
yeah, about a snowblower. Really nothing to do with the weather, just a snowblower. I could ask questions about the snow. There's a lot of people that listen to the show that don't get snow, but there's something that you can answer to me. Do you think it's wise to put the salt out early on your steps or wait till later?
Ooh.
Because here in Michigan, when snow and ice builds up, it gets on your steps, makes it all slippery. So we put rock salt or whatever, salt we can find and put it on there, and it melts the snow off there and the ice off there, more importantly. But the question is, you put it on too early and it just gets washed away and builds up again, or do you wait till later to do it? I don't know.
It depends on how much snow you're supposed to get, is how I usually handle it.
I guess also to who might be coming over.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if nobody's coming over to your house having to use the stairs, you could wait until way later and do it.
Yeah. Well, the mail person.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you gotta find the sweet spot, because if you don't do it, the mailman can stop delivering to your house. They can just go, fuck those people. They're trying to, get me hurt, so we don't have to deliver to you anymore. That's one of their powers.
Yep. I'll put salt down usually if we're gonna get an inch or two. Just a dusting, and I know it's, but if it's going to be 8 inches or 10 inches, I'll shovel first and then put salt after.
That's what I think. Because there's you are right that you can get away with, especially if you have enough money to buy a bunch of rock salt. But you can put it all over your stairs and not have to shovel if it's that kind of snow.
Mm-hmm.
Where it won't be enough to have to shovel, and the rock salt will do its trick. But yeah, if it snows too much, it doesn't do anything. You throw salt all over it, and it'll melt some snow off in spots. It'll just be dumb.
It'd be nice.
That's what you learn. Some people use dirt.
Driveway.
Yeah, that's what you need. But you've traveled all around the country, so you know this. Some of the places where salt doesn't work, they have to use dirt. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. That's usually down south, where they don't get snow very often.
Well, I saw that in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, too, because it was too cold for rock salt to work.
Ooh.
So they just spread a bunch of dirt all over the roads for traction.
Which is odd because a lot of the salt mines are in the UP. So
yeah, but the salt wouldn't work.
Right.
Like it would
because the temperature's too low.
You'd think it would still provide traction, though.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a whole thing about tire chains on semis. Did you ever see anything about that? Do you know what I'm talking about, where you're driving behind a semi and there's chains just hanging underneath the truck?
Yeah. Well, what are they for?
I didn't know what this was until I watched this video, and they're actually attached to like a wheel. So this little wheel it folds down and spins, and the chains go underneath the tire for it to drive over. So they don't attach to the tires. They just spin, and the tire rolls over them for traction.
Oh, okay.
So they're constantly spinning. I had no idea. People have to look that up. Look up semi-truck tire chains, and you'll be surprised. Speaking of the Upper Peninsula, do you think that people from peninsula states always have to move to other peninsula states?
No, I don't think so.
Do you know where I'm going with that? Because I realized, and probably a lot of people out there realize, that many people in Florida are from Michigan.
Yes.
And many people in Michigan are from Florida. And I imagine there's a lot of people in Maine that were from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if subconsciously people are like, I think I'm going to retire to another peninsula state. Like you need that.
Well, do people from like Wyoming try to find someplace
they go to
more
South
boring?
Dakota. Yeah, they go to South Dakota. Yeah. Wyoming. We still have one listener from was that Montana or Wyoming? We always had one.
It was Wyoming.
Yeah, we wanted to know what the hell was going on. Like, why is there always just one? Who in Wyoming is listening? I think we had a whole campaign about, are there any people in Wyoming?
Right. Wyoming, why?
It starts with why.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful state.
To run away from, or run away to if you're on the lam.
Have you gone to Wyoming before?
No.
Me neither. That's one of the states that I haven't. It's one of the few states in the continental U.S. Well, actually, I've been to Hawaii, so I'm only missing Alaska up there. But in the continental part, that's one of the, I don't know, there might be two.
Yeah.
Wyoming and.
Have you been to Idaho?
I drove through.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah, it means you were in the state.
Yeah, so I was in the state, and I might not have been in North Dakota. I think maybe I was in South Dakota, but maybe not North Dakota. But Wyoming's one that I wanted to go to. Isn't that where they have like great state parks and everything too?
Oh yeah.
Is that where the big one is?
Yep.
Yellowstone? No.
That's where they have
Jellystone.
The Devil's Tower is in Wyoming, isn't it?
Where's Yellowstone? Is that Montana? I thought it might have been Wyoming.
Yosemite.
I can't believe I'm this stupid. Now I got to look it up. Let's see. Yellowstone Park.
It's California, isn't it?
Montana. Yep, Yellowstone National Park. You know what? I haven't been to Montana either.
Yeah.
So I got to go to both of those.
So there, you got two more for your bucket list.
Yeah. You're very exciting. So I'm gonna wrap this up because it's actually time. But I wanted to wrap it up with this new form of targeted advertising I noticed on Facebook.
Okay.
So I think it was Facebook, or it might have been you click a link and it goes to the web. Might have been on one of the web pages. You know those stupid ones where it's like 50 pictures of the famous celebrities before they were famous. I'm just making that up. It's not something I would click on, but it's always that slideshow shit.
Yeah, where you have to keep going through and...
Yeah, that garbage. And then they'll have a bunch of like ads underneath it all the time. And I saw this one that says, new comfortable mask is taking Inkster by storm.
Oh.
So for the people out there, Inkster is a neighboring city to the city I live in. And nobody in Inkster is being taken by storm.
No.
For any reason. It's like saying all they did was grab the name of the town that they thought you were in or close to and popped it in that sentence for that advertisement. So they targeted it.
I've seen that with car insurance and, that type of thing where it's...
Yeah, lowest rates ever, and it's the city next to you.
See the new laws that may affect your driving and your insurance rates in Royal Oak.
Yeah, it's because somehow or another they're getting the location data from you.
Right.
Probably from Facebook or whatever you might be doing. Do you do Twitter or any of those ones?
Mm-mm. Nope.
You must be doing something.
No, none.
Well, I wonder how they figured out from you. I guess it's just your phone. You got your GPS enabled, so they're just looking at from the phone probably.
Oh, there's so much weird stuff that goes on. They're listening to you.
Oh, they totally are. When you, talk about something and then you see 6 advertisements for it 3 hours later.
Yeah, or you do one quick Google search or
Not even that. You talk about something.
Yeah.
I know they're listening through the microphone. I don't care either at this point until something bad happens to me. But it's just so stupid that there was a bunch of times where I never did a search, but I had talked with somebody about the topic and it popped up. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Big Brother's listening.
Yeah, I had a friend that went to...
Good thing they didn't find out I like Trump or they take all my money.
Friend that went to a baby shower, and then all of a sudden they were getting ads popping up about diapers. Weird stuff like that.
Because someone in the room said, hey, they got a lot of diapers this time.
The weird one for me was
we talked about this before.
I bought it at Costco, but they asked me to review it on Amazon. Review your recent purchase of
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I didn't buy it from you guys. I bought it from somebody else.
But for some reason, why does I wonder now whether or not Costco is listing their items on Amazon under a different name. They still want you to do it. Oh, you bought it. So did you buy it online from Costco?
I bought it at the store.
Well, that is really bizarre then. That's just stupid. Now I forgot what I was going to tell you. I do feel like you're lazy today, though.
I am. Well, I work today, Jerry.
Oh, rub it in.
Well, I'm in a hotel room, so I can't smoke. So,
yeah, or do cocaine.
Yeah.
Probably. That's not allowed in hotel rooms anymore.
Well, it's frowned upon.
I always do my cocaine in the lobby
with the rest of the whores. Right.
Yeah, I don't even know why you said that. Did you say the rest of the whores? Yeah. Just you had to have whores somehow come into the
with
conversation.
Cocaine, it goes together, right?
Oh God, here we go. Gonna get canceled again. All the prostitutes in the country are gonna get mad at you.
No, they won't. Although I think the maid service, was weird because I had them clean my room today, and when I got back, the tip was still on my dresser.
And they cleaned the room, though, right?
But they didn't take the money. Are they snobby maids?
That's got to be a brand new
Or can you not accept the tip? Or did they forget it? I don't know.
I've never heard of that. I do remember using Google Translate to try and talk to a woman from China to tell her I wanted to give her a tip. Well, it wasn't a tip. It was one of those years ago. One of the chains was handing out these gift certificates you could give to the staff, and they'd be able to get money in the gift shop and coffee shop for it. Like you give them $10 or $20 or something. But she didn't want it, and I was trying to explain what it was. Didn't work though.
They don't.
She's probably Mandarin, and I was doing Cantonese or something like that. This is the show.
Yes.
This is the one that we just did. Probably not going to boost this show.
I don't think so.
I'll have to come up with a good title. Anything strike you as being a good title for this one?
Nope. Shitty phone reception, because you were cutting out the whole time on my end.
Matt Staff. People think Matt Stafford's a dick. Nah. Could use Matt Stafford.
Somewhere in there.
I don't know. Janet Jackson lied to me.
You'll figure it out. You always do.
Yeah. Probably do that tomorrow. So this will be this episode you're listening to right now that's already out and you're in your car listening to it. It's probably Friday right now. For you.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody, and do the sharing and all that kind of stuff. That'd be great. And do the ratings. Click the stars wherever you can click stars.
Yep, subscribe.
That'd be cool.
Pop a wheelie, guys.
Yeah.